Sometimes I'm gonna get away. I ain't gonna fly away. Out to bigger things. Out to better things. You just fly away. Channel, it happens over time. Channel, is there something on your mind? Happens over time. Hello and welcome to a timeless general reading. If you are resonating with the title of the message, this is your reading. Hope you're having a good night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, day. And take what is for you, leave what's not resonating for you behind. This is timeless art for perspective, for reflection, for focus. So I will be scribbling just to keep myself in a flow state so that I'm bringing through messages without projections. Which is why sometimes I like to take a little bit of time when I'm in readings to listen and not force anything, because I don't want my own projections or creativity to be what's the focus of the reading. I want to channel for you something accurately. So this could be about unlocking the right choice. Vertically, so this could be about Queen of Swords. I like in the Lightseers deck because it's a funny version of the Queen of Swords when you compare it to other various tarot decks, but she's holding the sword, she's looking at the view, and she's content, almost like she's shut something down. I like this energy. Okay. So, Hangman with the Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords. You see someone throw something up in the air, someone hanging upside down up in the air, and then someone who has come back down to earth who's holding the sword. So this could be about speaking the truth, being honest about how you feel, even if it's an unpopular opinion. That's Queen of Swords energy. This also helps you unlock the right choice. Sun, King of Cups. This is about being like emotionally content and in reality, and sometimes to be in reality we have to address things that aren't addressed, or vocalize things that we haven't vocalized, or be honest, even if, like, I'm not for hurting people intentionally, but if someone is hurting you or you don't like something, you might be a little bit dissociated when you could just be like, you know what, I'm not a great fan of this, so can I come back to being in my body so you don't act this way or behave this way around me or do this around me, because I want to be in my body, so don't do this. I don't know what it is, I feel like I'm on the outskirts of it, but this could be about addressing a situation. Seven of Cups, Ace of Cups. So this kind of moves you on to other things is what I'm getting. So Seven of Cups is about options, it's a bit of momentum. I was saying like unlocking the right options, so maybe now that you're in reality or you're expressing yourself, vocalizing things, you're content with your emotions. And now nothing's rushed, but there's like some spontaneity, some momentum. It's like a balance between being peaceful and then allowing yourself to be inspired and go for something when you're motivated to. So that is the start of the reading. We will see what else is coming through. Taking my headphones off because it doesn't work. How can I hear clearly? Oh, when I was like starting to set up, I was like, you could be seeing 88, 808, 888. I was like getting all 8s. And I was like 8 or 8 or 8 or 8. 8 or 8, mirroring numbers with 8s and 0s. This is your reading. Okay, I like the infinity symbol for a reference here because it's like we can be in a centered state in our reality, grounded in our reality, observing things, experiencing things, and then we can separate ourselves into two and say, okay, over here is the contrast. This is where stuff needs to shift. This is where I have direction, I have focus, I have something to achieve, I have something to release, I have something to overcome, something to accomplishment. That's your North Star. Contrast can also be trauma, can be negative experiences, things to overcome, challenges on your path. And then we can step into the opposite aspects once we split ourselves in two. So contrast over here. And we could say this is the integrated self. So this is more feminine, more witness consciousness, more appreciating being, more experiencing being. So that is like a bit observational because we are an ecosystem of thoughts that think. We are a person which has different experiences, emotions, energy centers. So we're constantly taking in all this information, energy, sensations, vibration, and we are willing things, directing the flow of these energy centers into different aspects of our life, creating different things. So there is like the positive aspect. I think this is just for some reflection, so people like can be clear-headed sometimes instead of being like super negative and then delusionally positive. It's like be centered, grounded in reality, while also drawing in what you want to experience and having that power, understanding that it is possible to manifest and draw things in. Because if you start to move in the direction of something, you're going to align with what you're trying to get to, and that's where we get back into the contrast over here. So while we're trying to get somewhere, we have to basically move ourselves from point A to point B. So we have to go through one experience that transforms us from being in this perspective to being in this perspective. And there can be obstacles, there can be challenges, there can be things to release and overcome. But if we're focused on what we want, we're still addressing what is coming up, what is being like paused sometimes of this movement, and then there's no movement. We can address what is in front of us. Maybe it's a blockage, maybe it's something we're not addressing, maybe it's something we're avoiding. And once we do that, that's the contrast, we get closer to what we want. So there's this thing about like, yes, you get to be positive, you get to draw things in, you get to enjoy all the good things in life. You get to have appreciation for the things that you have appreciation for, and be in that sort of feminine witness consciousness mode, whether you're a guy or a girl, and be like, I'm enjoying life. I'm just like observing, I'm letting go, I'm flowing with what I'm inspired to do, and I'm taking in my experience. And then we sort of hit that point where the energy shifts back to the contrast. So it can feel like a little bit of a dip, or it can also feel a bit grounding sometimes, like you're just like feel this need to be action orientated. Yin yang energy over here. So yeah, this is like a reading about, I would say, polarities. I could better express and explain this. I could go on all day, but I think there's other things that I'll save my energy for in this reading. But the focus was to be like, yeah, you can be grounded in reality and focus on what's not desirable and then focus on here. And that's the balance. Bit of this, bit of that. Bit of this, bit of that, bit of witchcraft. If all is everything, then everything is you. Then can I not choose or do? Okay, Four of Wands was out at the start, and I keep bringing it out because it is a card of like celebration. This is maybe like mastering this, understanding what I've just expressed on some level. Bit of this, bit of that, centered state. So this could be about like having more momentum or achievement, sense of inner fulfillment with what you're doing. Okay, let's have a look at this. Destiny. Deception, envy card can also be about like lifting the mask, removing the illusion, addressing things head on, not pretending to be satisfied with everything. There was the Queen of Swords out before to say like there's something about being grounded in reality and expressing things. This is getting away for some of you who are like around toxic positive people all the time, who don't address their issues, who are like super avoidant. This is your reading. People who are just like about everything's bliss and like pretend to have no emotional attachment to any of their hardships. Fake positivity, something about that. This could be people that are just like don't have any emotional connection to the trauma that they've experienced, but will be like, oh my god, I'm so grateful that I had my spiritual awakening because my ex-boyfriend did this to me and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, but did you process it? Did you release it? Did you feel it? Disruption. So this could be about you either addressing like disruption, blockages, addressing things, or it could be about you shutting down. Maybe that's what the vocalization was about. When you're around, I'm getting like this could be a friend. Some of you are like, I don't want to. It could be a guy or a girl, but I'm getting more like feminine energy now. Someone who's like toxic positivity. Maybe they're like very distracted. Maybe they talk a lot and quickly, because I feel like I have a lot of speed in my voice all of a sudden. I feel like I'm attuning with someone who's just like very like, we gotta keep this going, because I can't look back and I can't address anything. And maybe that's the blockages that are in the way of getting to a more aligned state, achieving where you want to get to. Because the universe can be in favor of you getting what you want, because once you get to your North Star, which is over here, you are in that experience. And you see the polarity, you see the contrast, you desire more, or you get over things, or you've had that experience, so you want to experience something else. And that North Star moves a little bit further because now you've got a new one, you've got a new goal. So the universe wants to get you reaching your goals, moving in an aligned state. But sometimes these blockages need to be addressed. And sometimes these blockages are also course corrections. So you might be wanting to get something or go somewhere, and then on the way there or on the way to achieving something, putting the work in, you realize, I don't want to be this experience or this person. This could even be about some of you who are like studying something, doing work experience, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to be this for a living for the rest of my life. And that's okay. That's the infinite flow, the options, possibility, the contrast. You went into something so that you could choose something else. If everything was just perfect and there was no contrast, you would just keep going along with everything and everything and everything. It's not very exciting, is it? It's not very creative. Nothing shifts. You don't will much. You don't change much. So yeah, there could be something about like lifting the mask, being more honest, being honest about people who you think are like a little bit fake. Honestly, that's I was trying to get. This is a message for some of you. You might be addressing someone who's just like, you feel like they're not in reality sometimes because they're just dissociating from everything. There's like some magic in addressing things and being in reality, being like, yeah, we don't have to be sad and depressed all the time and talk about our trauma all day, but you know what, if you feel traumatized, maybe you need to release it, express it, and maybe you do need to talk about it, and then you can go back to focusing on what is content for you, fulfilling for you. Heart space, Ace of Cups. So Ace of Wands with Ace of Cups is about knowing what you want in terms of the heart space, and there's the Destiny card out, which has someone with their hands on their heart. So it's about like having true heart space activation, being able to get into the heart. Sometimes it's about following your heart, following what's close to heart. Sometimes it's about releasing blockages that are held within your heart space. Sometimes it's about a bit of both. That's what this reading is about. Seven of Cups is like something can now grow where you were like hooked in the past. So maybe there's some things to address on the heart. It's like something can start to grow when we release Three of Swords, when we go into those experiences and emotions that we're running on that feel like this, like our heartstrings have been pulled out. It's literally what's being illustrated on the card. And this girl is like tied up to the heart. Maybe you know this. Maybe you know what I'm... For some of you, like I feel like I'm creating this reading to just be like, yeah, actually you should address something. Oh, Tower. Maybe it's a hard tower. Could be to do with conflict. Five of Wands. Could be to do with group situation, family situation, home situation, work situation, friend situation. Five of Wands can be any of those things. You take your own reflection from this reading. Lying water to the day and lying, watching, washing away. Something can grow once the pain goes away. Something can grow in a lying state. Could also be aligning with this reading or tuning with this reading when you've stepped into what I've been expressing already in this message. Addressing, or like maybe you are on the other side of this and that's your reflection, is to see how addressing things has desired results, even if it's like the contrast, even if you're dealing with a bit of conflict or things not being cohesive in relationships or a situation to do with other people. Something can grow now because you did that work. Yin Yang, mastering polarities. That's what this reading is about. Masculine and feminine energy, perceptive energy, action-orientated energy. The contrast. The desired, the undesired. What feels good, what does not feel good. Something can grow. I want to remind people too that when you like address or release things, that momentum that was like pulling you down is now going up. So don't think that just because like you have a lot of losses or something bad happens to you that you can't turn it around and actually use what was detrimental or like painful to you and turn it in the opposite direction. So it's momentum for getting to where you want to go. It's like, okay, no obstacle, I addressed and released that. You know what, I actually changed course and I have so much more momentum now because I'm actually more passionate about this new path I'm going down. Boom. you have arrived at a new desired destination. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this time's general reading for art, for perspective, for reflection, for focus. I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time. If all is everything, then everything is you. Then nothing you cannot choose. Higher do. Just be careful what you do. Careful what you choose. Your reflection is always you in the